Have you ever heard the term plant now, feast later? Well, if you haven't, I'm glad you did and you heard it here. Your July and August fall garden plan by zone. That's what we're going to talk about today. And if you think it's too late to start in July and August, well, I've got some good news for you. For a big chunk of the country, late summer isn't the end of the gardening season. It's actually the kickoff for the fall one. So before you hang up your trowel and call it, a day, stick around. And here's the thing with grocery prices, doing what grocery prices do these days. We're going to get into it. Now, fall harvest is not just a fun hobby, it's food on your table. The salad you don't have to pay for. So let's talk about what you're going to plant in July and August for fall harvest broken down by your zone with a simple plan you can copy. Welcome back to Ancestry Lands. I'm Phil Davis, your host, and let's dig into this informational content. Now, if you watched my zone content before, you already know my favorite sayings. Your growing zone doesn't tell you everything, but it does tell you enough to make smart, timely decisions. We're keeping it practical day with what to plant, when to start your seeds versus when to drop them straight to the ground. Now, also, we're going to talk about how to dodge the two biggest late summer mistakes that trip people up. Let's start with number one that matters most your fall harvest frost. I know we always talk about spring frost, last frost, but this is when the frost first starts. And it's a little bit of mixed math with a bit of honesty. The big question you need to ask yourself is how many days do you have until your average first frost? Once you know that, you can plant crops that you can grow before the cold shows up and give yourself a little buffer on top. Fall gardens usually fail when the timing is too tight, plain and simple. There's no other mystery math out there. The most common mistake is planting something just because the calendar says August without ever checking how long that crop actually needs to grow. If your crop takes about 30 or 60 days to mature, for example, you don't want to plant it on day 55 before the frost and just cross your fingers and, pray to the garden gods. Hope is a lovely thing, but it actually makes you a terrible gardener. So, should you actually be planting right now? Let me give you the all stars, the crops that show up and get the job done in July and August. Your leafy greens are the backbone here. Lettuce, especially the heat tolerant kinds, plus kale, collards, and mustard greens. Spinach is a great pick too. Just a little later, once the nights start cooling off. You don't want to be dealing with 80-degree and 90-degree nights, okay? So then you can start off with your fast roots, or you've got your fast roots like radishes, turnips, and some beets and carrots if you start them a little early. Now, don't forget about the brassicas, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower if you like them, which is usually do best when you start them as transplants. Toss in some green onions, and if you're in a warmer spot, a quick wave of bush beans. These crops either grow fast and handle the handle the cold weather or both. The mistake folks makes is trying to squeeze a long season crops in too late. So you got to skip the giant pumpkins in August, okay? Plant kale and carrots instead, and you'll feel like an absolute genius come October. So let's break down by zone band so you can take a little action without needing a spreadsheet and a degree. If you're in zones 3 to 4, your fall window is short, so speed is the name of the game. Focus on fast crops, radishes, turnips, and baby beets. Get your kale and hardy greens going and start brassicas as transplants as soon as you possibly can. A handy tip here is to use row cover early to speed up your growth and keep it on later for frost protection. Ha! Same tool, two jobs. Now, if you're in 5 to 6, where I am in the northern northeast region and some, upper middle band regions, you're in that sweet spot. This is your classic fall garden zone, and you can run the full lineup: carrots, beets, radish, turnips, kale, collards, mustard greens, plus broccoli and cabbage started in the shade. If you got some warm days left, you can sneak in a fast wave of bush beans. So start your seeds in the evening, keep the soil damp, not wet. This should be like a wrung out sponge, and shade those seedlings for the first week, and they'll thank you. Now, in zone 7 and 8, your enemy isn't frost, it's actually the heat. Your biggest challenge is getting those seeds to sprout when it's still a sauna outside. For heat tolerant greens, you should think of those first, like mustard and some lettuces. You can add spinach later as the night cools. Start your brassicas in trays and move them outside once the worst of the heat starts to break. Carrots can work, but you've got to keep that seed bed constantly moist. Remember that. My motto is you keep it simple. Your fall garden starts in the shade. Shade cloth is basically a cheat code, so don't be shy about using it. And in zones 9 and 10, you've got a long season. You've also got the most to manage. You got to deal with the pests and moisture all at once. You can grow greens nearly year round, but with the right timing. So add your roots as the temperature starts to ease and plant brassicas once the nights cool down. You're just following this a little bit later. And plan for pest protection on day one, because late summer, brassicas get wrecked faster than you could believe. Which brings me to a key decision. Should you start seeds in trays or sow them, right into the ground? Two simple rules: small seeds hate heat and dry soil. Transplants can buy you time. So you can start brassicas in trays, plant them directly, sow your radishes and turnips, and for carrots, sow them directly and keep that soil moist. Germination is where most people lose the fall garden. The fix is easy. So at dusk, water gently, and I have a video on watering at night, and cover the row with a thin board or some burlap for a couple of days to lock in that moisture. There's also mulch, and I'll have items that can help you out in my description section below, so check that out for Amazon affiliate links, all right? And here's my favorite trick of all, the wave system. Instead of planting everything at once, plant in waves. A little now, a little more in 2 weeks, one more round after that for your faster crops. It spreads out your risk and your harvest. One big planting tends to lead to one big disappointment because you don't want everything failing at once. But radishes every 2 weeks, that's how it's, that lasts for months actually. Last thing, late summer is still hot, dry, and buggy. So protect your plants, mulch to keep that moisture steady. Like I said before, shade cloth for seedlings, row covers for your brassicas, and don't wait till you see holes in your leaves to start acting. By then, the bugs have already RSVP'd to a party, so there's your plan. Pick your fast crops, start brassicas as transplant, plant in waves, and protect your seedlings from heat and pests. Fall harvests are built in late summer, so time to get started is now. And you know exactly how to build yours using this video as your guide. If this helped you out, go ahead and follow my channel if you haven't done already. And if you have, you should be watching these videos daily, especially if you're part of the Zone Band crew. Do me a favor, drop a comment, tell me your zone and what you're planning for this fall year. Greens, root vegetables, broccoli, or all the above. I read every comment, and I hope to see you in the next one. And please give me that HMO special, the Help Me Out special, by sharing, and subscribing to this channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and don't forget to get my book. A link will be coming up, so watch it and stay tuned. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. That's it, folks. You can go to Ancestry Lands to start owning property today with payments starting at $250 a month, no credit checks, and owning land has never been easier. It's time to build your land portfolio one property at a time. We help you to get dollars from dirt and build generational wealth by owning small plots of affordable vacant land. Contact us to learn more. Oh, and speaking of dollars from dirt, I also wrote a book about investing in land for you readers out there. My book, Getting Dollars from Dirt, A Beginner's Guide to Vacant Land Investing, is on Amazon. The link is in the description section below. Inside, you'll learn simple, easy to read insights that will have you understanding why you should own land today. For more tips and tricks, subscribe for updates, comment below, and let us know what you enjoyed about this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
And remember, like and subscribe.